Hello, all. Nice to see you here. Welcome to the show. Sorry for the wait. I was trying to get a new little bit of a setup going on here. Had a couple little technical difficulties, but I think I've got them all solved. But the lovely Sherry and Roger Ryder, great to see you here. Hope you all are having a fine, I guess it's evening where you are, morning here for me. So, as it says in the stream here, I'm going to be working on. I've been, going down the rabbit hole of what do we call it, comic book artists and techniques and things of the sort. And I found a nice little stream, live art stream on David Finch's channel featuring Ariel Olivetti. I don't know exactly where he's from. I think he might be Spanish. I'm not sure. But had a really good stream. And I think one of the things I've really been struggling with is how to maintain my inks while working over them with like another medium. And although my acrylic inks have been working fine and dandy, I've wanted a little bit more volume to things, and I saw some techniques he was working on using matte medium and acrylics, so I figured I'd give that a little try today. Yeah. So I guess first off, I've got like a little bit of a reference photo set up here, so I'm not going to take too long working on the reference photo today. I'm going to kind of keep it loose. And I'm going to work with some, what should we call it? We got some manga ink right here, waterproof. And then after I'm done working with that, I'm going to start, going in with some acrylics today. Now this acrylic technique, which I found really fascinating, was that he wasn't using hardly any water. Only with the underpainting was he using water, and then everything else he was just using matte medium to thin out his paints. And never seen that done before. So, and what was really cool was there's some really kind of prominent artists who joined his live stream, and they were basically students. They were at the student level when it came to copying his techniques. So I figure that I'm hoping for some kind of success today, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so no further ado, let's go ahead and get started on this. I'm going to put on some music. And I've been listening to the Northman soundtrack like nonstop. I figure I probably should get something a little bit more on the upbeat side, but just kind of, I'll tell you what, I'll listen to the Conan soundtrack today. How about that? Conan the Barbarian. You can't go wrong with that. All right. So basically, what I'm working here with today is something from a model shoot I did a long while back. And I haven't done many pictures with the the pictures that I got from that session, so I thought it'd be nice to work on that today. And whenever I do my initial drawings, I always do um, blind contours. So by doing a blind contour, you're not going to get the exact proportions and everything. It's going to be off, but that's okay because then you go back into it and fix it up. So in case you're wondering, I've been doing some customization to my pencil, and I did this metal inlay on it to make it to where it's having trouble with it coming apart because I was using a very weak super glue technique. So used nice strong epoxy and got this metal on there. So now this thing's never coming apart. Yeah, so this artist on there, he was speaking Spanish, but he had a translator on, and no, it's just really cool the art technique he was working with because it was, I don't know, maybe sometimes YouTube has a way of reading your mind because I love working with acrylics. I feel more comfortable working with acrylics than I do with oil, probably any other medium, but I've yet to find that um, technique with them that was giving me my uh, the, that kind of feeling that I was looking for, the outcome that I was looking for with layering. And then whenever I saw him using that matte medium, I was like, oh, I got to try this out. So again, this coming June, well, actually next month. Oh, Jesus, it's already next month, isn't it? Um, I was lucky enough to get a spot on Japan Art Expo, the comic one, and so I would like to prepare for some new work for that, even though I have plenty of stuff already there to do. Yeah, yeah, I used the same the ones for Megan. I do that the same way I always do, but the and it, it's fine and all. I like that kind of style. It's actually right here, but yeah, this is all acrylic ink. It's all acrylic ink right here. And what I really liked is what I put here in the background with these. I made it into like a Western Tavern wanted poster and a Pony Express poster. Yeah, but these are just acrylic inks. What's the good part about them is you maintain the richness of the blacks, but if you get really opaque with them, they can you can lose a lot of the colors, the richness of the black in there. All you got to do is just go back over it again. Hey, what's up, JT? How you doing? Thanks for dropping by, man. Uh, and although that's fine enough, I just want to work with acrylics. Um, I want to try that out again. And so, well, for the comic that we're working on, I'm probably just going to stick with the acrylic inks because I've been working with those for so long now, and it's. But I guess for these kind of pieces, it's it gives me the ability to kind of experiment, and that's the thing. You're always trying to learn something new. Always trying to learn something new. So yeah. So I'm just going to give this a shot today, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, at least I could say I tried. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, yeah, I was happy with the outcome. Of course, we were talking on our show, and did you see that Megan got a shout out from what should we call it? Nina Infinity today. What was I saying? Oh yeah, yeah. So like we were talking about like how do you decide? Do you ever look at the picture and see like a different picture and every time I'm finished with the picture, I'm like, yeah, this is it. This is great. And then I go back and look at it and I'm like, yeah, uh, what if I'd done this? Or what if I'd done that? But you kind of got to let the picture, hey, it's finished. It's over with. Now it's got its own life. But yeah, yeah, I think she was really surprised. I don't know how she got about getting the shout out. I think somebody has like a 500. It was Phil TMNT. Uh, you know how it works. One thing leads to another. But yeah, big congrats to her. Hey, you know what? It must have been our show, Roger Ryder. I find that with my blind contours, I get almost all the proportions right. And then when I start going back and looking at the picture while I'm doing it, my proportions get messed up. I must draw better if I'm not looking at the picture. And a mistake I sometimes make is I don't really do a whole lot of warm-up drawings before I go into the first one, but it's all right. So, yeah, yeah, I'm all about that. So I don't know how things are for you guys over where you're at, but we were yesterday. We were lucky enough to have a couple of days of sunshine, and yeah, yesterday a friend of mine, him and his wife, they have a farm where they do everything basically organic, no pesticides, this that. They grow their own wheat, they grow their own vegetables and fruit and berries. So went out there yesterday and helped them harvest their wheat, and I'd never harvested wheat before. I've harvested rice before, but they were borrowing like a miniature combine, and they never used it before. And the person that they borrowed from, unfortunately, he's in the hospital now, so they couldn't um, exactly get his help. But we were able to persevere and got two big fields of wheat harvested yesterday. And it always feels good to get some outside work done. All right, that's good enough for that. Yeah, so this David Finch guy that I was mentioning, the whose stream I saw, like he's got some great streams on like art techniques and yeah, like I've been referencing his site a lot for picking up techniques on like drawing capes, fabric, hands, eyes, the whole ball of wax. It's a really good find. What I was really impressed by that he had the guest artist on, and he was really had a heat wave yesterday. Oh no, yeah, it was hot here too. It was pretty hot outside yesterday, but luckily there was a nice little wind, so the outside work wasn't too bad. And I love working out in fields, and so it's kind of like I guess I'm I'm not a guy who goes to the gym, but for me, like working out in the fields, that's like a gym workout for me. So yesterday, whenever I was finished, I just went home and crashed. Was out. It feels good though. All right. What did you all get up to yesterday? Then, well, actually, no. I guess Sunday for you guys. A lot of you guys there. I saw a lot of people have gone to MegaCon. That looks awesome. Wish I could have gone. That part where Drunk 3PO He had he was recording Gina Carano's, uh, all the people lined up to go see her. Yeah, that was nice to see. She deserves it. It's good to see that she still has a really good, I mean, loyal fan base, people who don't give a crap about superficial things. Sure, I can't see this guy. All right, that's that. All right. Made it too big. Oh well. I guess I can exaggerate that for him. No, that's pretty good though. We'll just make it go all the way down here to the bottom. I don't know if you guys have listened to the Conan the Barbarian soundtrack lately, but it's a classic. Okay, that's good enough for saw a little critter reference photo for that drawing. Hmm, a little critter reference photo for that drawing. Oh, are you talking about the chinchilla, Roger? There was one there last time. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. All right, yeah, like I said before, I'm not going to give too much uh, detail into this the chinchilla. Yeah, yeah, I'm working on that chinchilla at the moment. Oh, I got another two storyboards done, and I think that leaves me with another 10 to go. I could actually put some kind of wall back here. Let's do that. Maybe with some posters and stuff, some grid posters, maybe some graffiti on there. I don't know, I'll mess around with that later. Okay, I'll go ahead and ink this. So I want to make the focus of today's on this acrylic technique. JT, it's just a model from a shoot that I did, a model shoot. So um, yeah, I'm just working with that today. Um, and then I'm going to use this dip pen. This dip pen that I always use for inking. Again, today's I'm going to go fairly quick with the inking. I just want to make the focus of today's picture. I want to make the focus on the acrylic technique, which I picked up from a stream that I watched last night. So there's so many artists out there doing all different kinds of work, and but I love working in acrylics, acrylic inks, acrylics, and it's always a challenge to kind of have the medium do exactly what you want it to do. And whenever I saw him working, I was like, that's what I wanted to be doing. So I'm going to give it a little test run today with this. And yeah, hopefully we'll have some success here. But again, thank you all for dropping by. I'm glad to see that our live stream that we did the other day is back up. YouTube, I guess they fixed all their fuckery and got it back to normal, it looks like. I don't know, maybe it was messing around with the algorithm, trying to do something there. I don't know what it is exactly. Yeah. But it looks like things are back to normal and the stream is back up. So if you guys have time, go check that out. It's at Roger Ryder's channel. As soon as I get a chance, I should probably put links to things. Oh, but I guess yeah, I saw. And everybody got hit. Like Comics Division got hit, Fat Steve Seagal got hit, Ricada Law got hit. But it was really strange to see, I mean, I'm sure it was happening all around the board, but it just seemed like a lot of people in our circle got hit. But I'm sure it was all around the board. I know. So I ended up changing my whole setup around here. I've got before I had over in my English room, I had the computer and all the setup in there, but now I've got it all out in my studio workshop, which makes things a lot more convenient. Got my scanner here, got it all. So I'm hoping that, they always say to make your area more convenient, make it more convenient to draw, and then that will equal improvement and efficiency within your work. So I'm hoping that one move leads to another. Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks for putting that in there, Tom. Yeah, last week I did a live stream. I believe it was Sunday morning for you guys over there. Sunday night for me. Today I was just going to try it on Sunday night for you guys, Monday morning for me. I don't know who's streaming or anything right now. I think Comics might have a member stream going on, but I try not to, you know, interfere with anybody's stuff, but it's so difficult seeing as how there's so many people out there streaming. It's difficult to find that time slot where you're not like interfering with anybody else's work, but it's virtually impossible. Yeah, and you just kind of got to you got to work, around your own schedule, and you know, I I I don't expect to see 100,000 people watching me or anything, but what I'm always happy to see are like the lovely Sherry, Tom, you there, JT, Megan when she gets a chance, low spec, just the people who are really, interested in watching the streams come by. It's always a pleasure to see them here. So in the end, I mean, it's just kind of like I'm doing my thing here. I need to get artwork done, and if I can have you guys enjoying seeing it while I'm doing it, and then I get pieces for my portfolio, hey, it's a win-win situation. You know? Again, I'm trying to go as quick as possible with this, but I would like to use this as a final piece, so I don't want to like just rush through it too much. But again, I'd like to get to the acrylic part of it as fast as I can. That way, uh, the whole purpose of this video is to show you that technique that I kind of learned. And of course, when you learn something, the best way to really, actually learn it is to teach it to somebody else, which I kind of did that in practice yesterday. They had like a person who was out there helping, and he goes around the world working at like farms all over the place. There's a name for it, like I think they call it like the oofer or something like that. I can't remember the official name for it, but I did half of the field work, but he was there to that was his job to help out at the farm. He goes to like organic farms in other places around the world, and he helps work there, and then he gets like I guess room and board for doing that. And so after I learned how to use that miniature combine, he wanted to do more of the work, so I had taught him how to use it. Even though I had just been taught how to use it, but by teaching somebody else how to do something, you learn it better yourself. Well, thank you. Oh, thank you, lovely Sherry. I really appreciate that. I apologize if I sound a little worn out today. Like yesterday was a big day of work, but I promised myself I was going to do something like this today. So even though I'm feeling a little bit, uh, a little tired, I'm still going to push through it. Try to give you guys something quality to look at here. All right, let me just add in a few. Now, the actual reference photo I'm working from, her dress, her outfit is actually black. But in order to show you some more of those acrylic techniques, I'm going to actually change the color of it. What I'm going to do real quick here is just add in some shadows. And again, it's not going to look exactly like the reference photo. I mean, I think the fun part about, you know, maybe I'm using kind of an excuse, but I don't like to go exactly from the reference photos, like not all the time. If I'm trying to do justice to the person and trying to make it look like them, I'll stick more to it. But I like to veer away from that if I can. Okay, man. Thanks for stopping by, JT. I really appreciate it, dude. Have a great dinner, and I'll be seeing you around then. But what was I saying earlier? Yeah, again, I appreciate every time you guys drop by to come have a look what I'm doing. Um, yeah, just glad we could all enjoy it all together. It's a fun time. But yeah, seeing those videos of Gina Carano at the MegaCon and just all the people lined up, it really it just goes to show people. She's got a huge following, a great passionate fan base, and the kind of way that she thinks is not a rare thing. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not even a rare thing for people who are around her and like who were around her in Hollywood and who are working with her. Probably more so than not, the people who there are more people out there who share her opinions that don't. It's just unfortunate that she was punished. But you know what? That's the way life works sometimes. Maybe that was a way for her to open up her path to better opportunities. Yeah, I saw that. Hey, what's up, Parrothead? Yeah, the Simpcast one, that was crazy. It's just really cool to see everybody, kind of blowing up. Thanks for dropping by, Parrothead. Ginger Ross. I like that name. I promise I'll use it someday for something. Yeah, but Roger, I'm really getting excited about the next step for these. Once those storyboards are done, get to the next step, and the pace I'm at, I want to be getting a couple of those, you know, one spread done a day if I could for the next 3 months. It's going to be a big challenge, but I think we're going to be okay. But I also need to get a couple of these pieces done for the Comic Con as well. Um, just because I'd like to get some new work out there for people to look at. Hey, what's up, Ruben? Ah, man, I would love to get back there in for the Texas meetup. Was it the Texas meetup? There's one in October. Is that Florida? I can't remember. There's so many of them now. But man, I would love to get back there. Roger Ryder, who's in the chat, we're working on a comic book together, and I would love to be able to actually, you know, talk about that and show pictures and see everybody in person. Not just to promote it, but to see everybody again because I had such a great time at the Vegas meetup. Uh, it was a huge source of inspiration. So I'm gonna do my best to try to get over there, but I can't make any promises yet. But yeah, just with the change in schedule. But luckily, Japan's um, they're slackening on they're loosening up on their COOF travel restrictions. So hopefully, by the it would be nice to maybe this October to make it out. That's the goal. That's a little too large. There we go. But yeah, man, I hope you're doing all right. And Ruben, I know you've moved to a new place, and I hope that's all working out well. It's always good to see you over there at Comics Division, in the chat there as well, or on the stream. Are you guys having another member stream today? Ah, yeah. It's gonna be fun, man. I can't wait to see the final product. Again, I'm not going to do too much with the inking today. I'm going to kind of keep it minimal because I want to have more time spent. I should have done a drawing before the stream started and then just gone straight into the acrylics, but I think people kind of like to see the, you know, from scratch, you know. But it was really fun. Yeah, going back to Roger Ryder's stream the other day with Megan, and I'm sorry I can't remember the other guy's name right off the bat, but that was just great to have them on. And Megan stuck around for like the whole 3 hours. I was really surprised, but seemed like she was having a good time. And yeah, there we go. That's better. There we go. Almost done with the inking here. All right. I might do some other. I don't really know what I'm going to do with the background yet. Oh, John for part-time comments. Yeah, that's him. Sorry. But I don't know. I might get a bit funky with the background here and put her put her in some kind of like alleyway. There we go. Get some shadows here. Get a little funky with the shadows. There we go. Okay. I think that's about as much as I'm going to do with the inking. Dry this off here real quick. Block this. Oh, thank you. Hey, Jenna, how's it going? Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's coming along all right. Again, it's just a very simple drawing today. Extremely simple. I'm not going to go crazy with a whole bunch of detail. I just want to practice this acrylic technique. All right, there we go. I think that should be dry enough. Now we go here with this eraser. I always have to close my ink well before I go on to do anything else because I'm clumsy as hell and I will knock that thing over and spill ink everywhere, permanent ink everywhere. So I'm just gonna go through here and erase these underdrawing lines. And again, I really like this part in here with the hands. It's just a very simple one. Concentrating, I want to really concentrate on the contour of the body line here in this. Just to give you a quick look at it before I go into the acrylic part of it. Just get rid of a couple of these lines here. Actually, that might be too complicated. Let's see what I can do here. Here we go. That'll work. Yeah, so just yeah, just really like this part right in here. Their feet are nice too. There we go. Oh, this is my new setup for the computer. Got my computer down here with my scanner, monitor mounted, little setup over here, my inks and everything next to me, my brushes, and I could actually use this this acrylic. This acrylic. Oh, sorry, what's it called? Plexiglass. Uh, on my drafting board as a palette as well, so I could put my paints and stuff directly onto it. I mean, I'm not going to do it with these acrylics because these acrylics tend to be a little runny. But for like washes and oils and everything, I could just put stuff directly on here. Hey, Punkwaddle, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. And if you guys want to, give it a like, give it a share, you know, all that good stuff. Okay, so let's go into the acrylic part of this. First, what we'll be using today is I've got some. Now I've noticed a lot of import problems with over here in Japan, like with Liquitex and other brands, and I've seen more Japanese made. Yeah, so this is from a Japanese company right here. There are more. If you go into the art stores, you see more Japanese products laying around because just all of the import problems and supply. Yeah, there's a problem with supply run, the supply chain. So I'm using. I don't think these are of greatest quality as Liquitex, but I have to work with what I have. So, but no qualms there. I'm always the firm belief that no matter what what kind of medium you might have, as long as you've got the skills, you can turn anything into something nice, even if you're working with the lower grade materials. So um, acrylics. Okay, so what I watched him do yesterday was really cool, and I'm going to try to copy this. Is he used ultramarine blue and he used cadmium red, and these are kind of cheaper on the cheaper end of acrylics for his underpainting, which he used with a water wash. And then after he did his underpainting in these colors, he stopped using water for the rest of his video. Well, I mean, for cleaning a brush, yes, you have to use water, but for applying, like on the paper, he never applied. He didn't thin out his acrylics with water. He just did it with this gel medium. So I'm going to get a nice big old portion of that done, and I'm going to put that in a separate. I'll put that over here in this one. Now I can't tell if this is Tome Kano. So I don't know if this is the like with the Liquitex versions or the golden versions. They say whether it's what should I call it? Sia Dashitsuyari. If it's matte or if it's got like a gloss to it. This one, I don't know if it has a gloss or a matte because it's the first time I've ever really worked with it. So it'll be a learning experience. Hey, all right. Yeah, so the great thing about this new setup is I just got everything right where it needs to be. So the bad thing about these acrylics is they're really, 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 they're not opaque at all. They're very liquidy. They don't have any kind of, yeah. They're very thin. All right, here we go. Cadmium red. And now what the thing I find about cadmium red is it's more of the warmer tones of red. It's on the warmer side, and so which is why I usually use a primary red because it's a more in between. But for the sake of this experiment and to follow what he did, I'm going to be going in with the cadmium red instead. So he started with an ample amount of water. And luckily, these inks do not bleed. The unfortunate thing that I found about my recent purchase of inks is even though they said that they didn't smear, they do. Oh well. But I can still use those for other things. But for the meantime, I'm just going to stick to my old reliable ones. So put on some water there. Nice thick brush. And now go in there with my reds and blues. So yeah, just having this these just nice undercolor, underpainting. Not get afraid. The thing that I saw that the other artists, the artists who were running the stream, not the guest artists, but the problem they had were they were scared to go too thick with their paints, and they ended up being too thin, and you weren't able to get the volume of the paint that you wanted to. This is already looking cool. You know, I knew these techniques. I knew about these techniques, but you just forget about them sometimes, I guess. But as soon as I saw this technique, it's like, man, this is what I've been looking for. It allows you to keep the energy of your brush strokes. You still have the richness, the darkness of the black, and just keeping it nice and watered down. You got to keep it nice and watered, uh, otherwise. And then let's say uh, let's say there's some blues on this side. On the side of the body, maybe in the shadow parts, I'm going to have blues. Yeah, oh, that's cool looking. And we'll keep on this side, we're going to keep this nice, and we're going to have a drop shadow over here. We'll make this side light, and we'll put a shadow over here. Dude, this is the technique I was looking for. So I've got it taped down so it doesn't, the paper stays tight, doesn't buckle. Now it'll buckle as you're putting the paint on there, but once you start, you hit it with the dryer, then it'll go flat again. So I'm not using the matte medium yet. I'm still just doing washes with water and acrylic paints. So I got a bit of a stuffy nose today. I was working with wheat all yesterday, so it's all up in my nose. Again, just leaving some of these little highlights here. This is fantastic. Fantastic. I'm happy with it already. Like, I could just stop right here. And again, he worked with Cadmium Red and Ultramarine Blue, but these colors, of course, you can change them out to other colors as well. Sorry for the nose. But just continually going over and over again so you get a nice desired, because all you're going to get with water washes is going to stay pretty thin. And again, just like this is actually kind of nice, but I'm going to press forward and do what he did with his stream, with his work. Let's put some more reds in there. But you know what? He kind of sticks to my philosophy when it comes to paints too. I really keep my palette very, very, very minimum. I mean, we're talking sometimes maximum six colors or six paints, you know, white, black, red, yellow, blue, and that's it sometimes. And I just kind of like try to get the desired color from that. But yeah, this is already turning out really nicely. I'm just going to put in a couple more layers here. I just want to get this shadow looking really nice, especially where it comes close to the wall. So I'm just going to stop looking at my reference photo and just go from here. Well, actually, I'll keep my reference photo open just in case. All right. Let me add just a few more things here. Oh, where's my towel at? Always have a towel handy. Always have a towel handy. Let's just get a little bit more darker here. Just a little bit. I don't want to keep it too light. I think that's the mistake the guys made in their attempts at it. It was too light. So you gotta, in Japanese, endyonashi. Endyonashi. Don't hold back. Let's try to get this wall a little bit darker and then really pop out these highlights on the arm. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Again, I'm just going straight from the palette, and we've already got a layer of water down here. So, ooh, yeah, that's getting nice. Look at that. Damn. It's good when you can look at your own picture and feel good about it. I say that now, and then like 10 minutes from now, I'm like, I hate this. This is a piece of shit. That's the way it usually happens. I'm not going to go too much more in this because now I want to kind of layer it up with some of this map. All right, let's go ahead and dry this off. Now the problem with this paper is it's not watercolor paper, it's tint paper, but you can use it for a variety of things. It doesn't have the greatest of like watercolor paper tends to get really tight whenever you use a hair dryer. This could still be a little loose at sometimes, but 80 cents per page, and with my budget, this is perfect for me. It's going to take a little bit of drying time though, more so than watercolor paper. Yeah, yeah. That's what I really like about it. Like, but this is just like the first step too. But if the old me would have said like, okay, I'm finished. But yeah, I'm gonna try to push this a little bit more. Just using my primary colors here today: red, yellow, blue, and yeah, some white and black just to get some hues. Exactly, don't hold them back. The good thing of working on plexiglass too is this drafting tape really adheres as well to the acrylic to the plexiglass. Whereas I find if I'm working on a wooden panel and I put this tape on there, it'll come off. It doesn't stick as well. I think this is going to take some time to dry, to become really completely flat. But yeah, the problem I have with this paper, sometimes it gets some wrinkles in it. But again, I like the brightness of the paper, and it's very close to like the paper that you would use when you do your comic books. It's got a rich whiteness to it. Just takes a little bit more time to dry. But in the meantime, I'll give you another look at the some things I've done before. This is acrylic ink of Megan uh, in the last show that Roger Ryder had. So I'm actually going to be sending that to her. This is a recent piece, the creepy alien looking thing, and I'm going to be taking this to Comic Con. I hope this can sell. This would be nice. So for the artist comic expo, I'm going to be printing out. Um, I'm going to be printing out postcards, more stickers, some prints and posters. Uh, really wish you guys could make it out there, but I know it's a little bit of a trek to get all the way over to Tokyo from where you're at. Maybe someday. Yeah, I could already see. I'm really, really enjoying the feel of this already. Yeah, it's drying better now. It's almost flat. But the problem with this paper too, you get a couple little wrinkles in there, here and there, but it kind of adds to the, you know, the feel of the picture, I guess. Another thing too is this plexiglass. If it gets warm, it buckles. But then as soon as I take it away, it goes right back down to flat again. That's interesting. All right, I think I'm almost done here. Okay, I'm going to stop drying there for a second. Let me give you a little shot of what's going on here. Whoops. So this is the first initial red and blue water underpainting. Some nice close-ups there. I've saved some of these highlights. It's actually, the camera's not doing it justice. These parts are really red actually here. It looks white, but it's actually it's almost pinkish reddish. The actual one is. And as you can see, the color of the blacks has held up really well. The richness of the dark black lines, even with this acrylic underpainting. But what I'm going to do next, oh darn it, this thing's come loose again. What I'm going to do next is, let me pull this in here just a little bit. All right, there we go. That's not in the way. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to work with this gel medium. I'm going to mix this in with my acrylics, and no more water washes. And what I'm going to try to do is to get add some volume to it. So I'm basically going to concentrate within the body, and then let me add today. What am I going to use? I like this true ochre, but there's also the cadmium yellow. It's kind of a debate of which one I want to use today, but I'm going to go ahead with the cadmium yellow, and let's shake this up a little bit. Get some cadmium yellow, cadmium red, ultramarine blue, white, and black. I'm just going to stick with these colors to kind of build up. Let me shake this a little bit to build up the volume to this. Oh, there's another palette underneath there. Oh, whoops, that's not open up yet. Darn it. Oh, there's my scissors. You got to shake these because they separate the ink and the liquid inside the binder, I guess. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to be working exclusively with this. Let's see what we got here. Matte medium. See how this goes. All right. So just mix this up with the paint directly and go in here and try to build some of this up. Yeah. Okay, I could see. Oh man, yeah. Holy cow, this is completely different. You could already tell just like the way it's building up. You're getting a lot of volume here, like a ton of volume. Very easily too. Go underneath where her arm is, where the shadow is. I want to leave this part of the arm. We'll have some reflected light on this arm right down here. Leave this reflected light. Thanks again, everybody, for coming out and seeing or watching the stream. As always, I apologize for the short notice, but it was just kind of doing it on a whim. Just constantly applying this gel medium to it. It doesn't look like it has too much of a gloss to it, but I could be wrong about that. Go up there into the neck area. Do some shadow here. In there in the arm. You know, another option I could have is actually working with the acrylics first, the acrylic inks, and then going back into it with this acrylic on top with the matte varnish. Getting over on this gun. I want to like one thing that I always have to stop myself from doing is rushing the painting because I want to see the as you're painting, you're like, oh, I want to see what this looks like in the end, and you want to rush it and get to that final look, but you just kind of have to be patient. So again, I'm trying not to touch these highlights at all with and I'm building up my shadows here. Leaving reflected light where it needs to be left. Kind of having a little fun with some of these shadows here. Like even though it doesn't actually fit the contour of the body or where actual shadows would be, that's where you have some fun with it. Just leaving these places open. In actuality, there'll probably be a shadow here, but I'm going to leave it there for artistic purposes. This is like a Ginger Ross tutorial today. Going back in here, because if I got her back against the wall, then I'm going to want these shadows here to be stronger than they are where the legs are. Just because the closer you are to something, the more the darker the shadow is going to be. And since her arms come up off the wall, that area right here is going to be a little less darker than what it would be down here, where her torso is actually up against the wall. There we go. Okay, I'm going to clean up my brush real quick and give this a little bit of a drying. Oops. Get out of the way. That over here. For any of you out there watching, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them there in the chat. See if they're there yet. Again, thank you all for like the shout outs on Twitter. Hey, what's up, Jeffo? Nice to see you here, bud. Thanks for dropping by on short notice. I'm working with some acrylic techniques today. This has got a bit of a gloss to it, but that's no problem. I wonder how that would translate when you're scanning it in. It'd be nice to find a less glossier one. But what I'm working with today is I did an initial pencil drawing, went over it with ink, and then I'm working with acrylic washes today in water for my underpainting. And now I'm going back through it to get my volume using gel medium and acrylic paints. And I'm only using, oh darn it, it mixed together. Fix that. I'm using red, yellow, white, black, and blue, and that's it. Yeah. All right, let's try to work with this. Now I've mixed in some black with my blue to try to get a darker hue for the shadow here. Again, I'm just going to have fun with this. Like maybe this won't be the exact shadow, or maybe it'll be an exaggeration. Who knows? Again, the music for today is Conan the Barbarian soundtrack. One of the coolest soundtracks out there. And now if I want to thin this out, normally you would use like water to thin it out, but I'm just using gel medium. The only time I would really use water is if I have to clean my brush. All right. So now let's work into here. I'm going to try something here. It's all about just trying stuff out, you know, experimenting, see if it works or not. But I'm happy with this outcome so far. So I'm going to give her, I'm using some yellow now over this red to get this skin tone here. And what I want to do is separate this color from the background to give it more depth. So I'm going to the highlights that are on her skin, and I'm going in there with a very thin yellow layer. And then what I'll go back and do after that is I'll go in there with some whites and then pop up some highlights. That's the plan. Whether or not I succeed is another tale in itself. Dude, but I'm really liking how this is working, like a lot. And even though there's actually supposed not to be a shadow here, I'm going to leave it there just because it kind of looks cool. That that diagonal line that goes right through there. Let's get some more yellows in there. And I'm going to go, I almost want to leave her hair. It's like I'm tempted to just leave her hair like this, but just throw in some white highlights to it. I'll see. We'll just go with a few right here on top of this blue. Damn, this is looking good. I think I'm addicted, guys. This is exactly what I was looking for. As soon as I saw him doing it last, I was like, holy shit, this is what I've been wanting to do. my entire life with acrylics. And let's throw in some whites here. Maybe that's too much white, and then mix it with my gel medium. And we got some highlights here. Yeah, this is exactly what I was looking for, guys. And wow, I feel like I just had like a big, huge evolution within my art right now, and you guys are witnessing it. Crazy. Wash off my brush here real quick. Again, just not using water, but using gel medium with your paints to thin them out. Let's give some more volume to our calves here. Damn, this is freaking amazing. And of course, just using yellows and reds and layering and layering and layering. It's cool too because you can come inside here and like it helps it be more opaque. Well, it helps your layers be more opaque, but I'm still maintaining this rich. I mean, some places where I cover up the black inks, it's going to get lost. But do I look at Cameron Mark? I do not, Jeffo. I don't know who that is. It's pretty good. So yeah, weekends. Uh, hey man, weekends are. What I'm trying to do is increase the time that I draw. So I'm trying to just draw every day. Like they say, if you want to get better at it, just draw every day. But I understand a lot of people, including myself until recently, like drawing every day was not an option. It was just, the workload. But I was listening to another person. He's just like, you almost have to make time to draw. Dude, but this is working out amazingly. This is like exactly what I was wanting the colors to do. Let me give you guys a close-up of what's going on here. There you go. So just working it here with these gel mediums, just the highlights of the hands, picking up volume. And this is exactly what I was looking for in my. Damn it. I'm having fun here, guys. Sorry if I'm getting a little too excited, but it always feels good when you have a success. Yeah, I know, man. I know, Jaffo. Exactly. Like basically before I was technically I was doing one job, but I was working like three jobs, it felt like, because I was teaching at 10 nursery schools. I was teaching at my studio. I was teaching at my English school. And I was like, it's just impossible to continue everything and expect to get good at what I really love, which is art. So if I expect to get good from that, I can't be sitting around, um, trying to do 3 jobs and do that at the same time. So kind of made an executive decision, and for the most part, so far it seems like it's working out. Yeah, yeah, definitely. This blending technique is amazing. I'm tempted to do like what I have the a bad habit of doing is just trying to work too quickly and not let the painting come to life. Let's try to get some of these shadows over here. Yeah, but this is definitely, I think this is a style suited for me. I'd actually like to combine it with the acrylic inks that I was working with. I wonder if that would work together. That's a good thing to think about. Maybe I can try that later on somewhere down the line. Let's try some more of these highlights. I want to do something else with the skin here. Let me try to do this. And the great part about using this is you can build up these lights and darks very quickly. I'm loving this. Thanks again for everybody showing up. I hope that you're getting something from this stream. Uh, I don't know how many of you out there, like Jaffo here, are into drawing and doing artwork, but even if you're not, you're looking for something to just, do as a little bit of a hobby or take a chance at some other kind of extracurricular activity, pick yourselves up some paints and give it a shot. Let's go back into our body, pick up some of these reds. Another thing I find that I do is I overwork things a lot, but this option here gives you that chance to kind of control that to a point. Feels like it's very lenient as far as uh, unwanted mistakes are concerned. All right, let's give it a nice dry here before we keep on going. I think we're gonna make this. Let's do some blacks like this. Yeah, I'm really liking this layering technique. Kind of pushing these reds back here so this arm can stand out more. A part of me wants to see what this would work like with the inks as well. So since this is like a kind of experimental thing here, I might see that's really building up nicely. The only part that I'm slightly worried about is the fact that I'm using, it looks like I'm using a glossy gel medium. So let's thin this out with some more gel medium. And that the final product's going to be a little too shimmery. And the paper I'm using, which is this Kent drawing paper, is not the best when it comes to a lot of watercolor or a lot of water in it. But I'm really liking this kind of crackly feeling look I'm getting now with just a lot of acrylic paints and a lot of this. Wow, yeah. Let's just keep on working those in there. Glad I'm trying this. Let's just go full. Bring this up here. Again, this big old thick dry brush, it brings about this crackling technique. Not a crackling, but it makes it look a bit worn. And then if I want to thin out the acrylics, I'll just go back in there with this gel medium, and I like how it breaks up the acrylics here. There's this abstract look to it. Whoops. I'm gonna do some more layering here on the sidewalk. Let's do some more yellow. All right, hold on a second. We need some more gel medium. Oh, whoops. Probably still on. Put a nice good old ample amount, generous amount of this in here. Because one of the things that I find with some of my art students that, well, ones that I've taught in the past, something that is a really big deterrent for them is putting more paint or refilling their palette. Some of this is kind of a nuisance, so they tend to even though their paint is gone, and even though they need more paint, they don't put it out on their palette. They try to work with what they got, and it's always a problem in the end. Let's try to look at this one. All right, let's go more with yellow in here. And again, if I wanted to make like a green or something, I would just mix my yellow and blue to make a green. But I'm just trying to keep it really basic by using my primary colors today. Because once you increase your palette, things can get a bit confusing. So I'm wanting to imply that there's some kind of light source coming over here. Maybe it's a street lamp. Maybe it's the light of an open door from a bar. Who knows? Kind of go over this slightly. Go over this black too. Let's see what happens. I'm not afraid. I think that's one thing that some people are. They can be timid when it comes to the paints. They're afraid they're going to mess it up and it's never going to go back. Oh, see, look, see this yellow over the black gives it a green tint. That is cool. That's definitely useful for the painting. Yeah, not just have a black shadow, but a shadow with some kind of life to it. I wonder what would happen if I tried to move these around with water a bit. Yeah, that's what I thought. It doesn't do well, but it actually gives this like old worn look feel to it, which is actually I could apply that to this wall. See what you found about? Unless I tried it. All right, let's work with these arms and body a little bit. I want to go back into here. Yellow, and let's mix in a little bit of white. We're just going to up these tones a little bit. Another problem with this is that the gel medium can get sticky. So while you're working on it, if your arm touches it, it feels sticky. Let's increase that light. Let's make this light stronger. Yeah. I'm going to make that light a lot stronger right here. We don't necessarily have to, but why not? And I'm going to leave that like that right there, and I'm not going to mess with that color too much. Now I want to come in here. You know what? I'm going to start with the red again. I'm going to put a nice little red layer right here, and then go back over it with yellow again. Get that white out of there. Thank you, everyone who's come here to check out the show. I hope you like what you're seeing. Again, if you have the time, give it a like, give it a share, throw it a comment. Please the algorithm. All right, let's go into here. I'm going to put some white streaks in her hair. Not to rush things. Not to rush things is the key here. Seems like. Let's see if I get this reference photo. I'm going to go back in here with this gun. Let's pull out some of these. Now what I'm putting in here right now actually isn't in the photo, but I'm just doing this for my own purpose. Again, just blending here. Beat the devil out of the like button. Oh, yes. What I like about this gloss medium too is it thins out the acrylics as you're working. And you know what? I'm going to give her a dress. Let me mix this. I'm going to make this dress come right over here. Even though it doesn't exist, I'm going to make it so. And let's add in some folds here. Got a little issue with something going on up here, but I'll fix that later. There we go. That'll work. Let's pull this right up in here. Put that up there. Got a shadow right there under where that goes. Put a shadow there. Use regular gel medium. Yeah, so this is the first time I've tried this technique, and I'm feeling very, 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 very happy with it. Let's get a little bit more reflected light to this arm. Give her some blonde hair. I'm actually feeling this right here. Let's just use some whites. Play around this area right here. Yeah, that's cool. I could also do it. Should I do it? No, I'll just give some reflected light over here. On the hip. Accentuate the hip. And then on the matte medium. Sorry, it hasn't been a lot of me talking today about things in general, but just working through this. Let me give it a nice little dry real quick. Yeah, I think I might have to use stronger watercolor paper next time. I'm going to go in the lips here, work on the lips a bit. Alrighty. Yeah, there is a semi-gloss to this. It's the first time I've used this one, Jaffo, and the next time I do this, I'm going to use a complete matte medium, but there is a semi-gloss to this one. Um, Unfortunately, it doesn't tell you on this whether it just says regular gel medium. That's all it says. Regular gel medium, and it doesn't really have any information on whether it is 透明可能ですることができます。透明さんにそれをしています。使い方そのまま。ファイルフォースメント。ご覧ください。あぶれ、混ぜないでください。優勢キャンバスを呼ぶ優勢。Yeah, it has no information on it whether or not it's. Oh, wait a second. Oh, there it is, right there. Whoops. It's right there. Didn't find that till now. So it appears it's more on the glossy side, which is okay. But if I was to do this again, I would find definitely a complete matte one. I do have matte varnish, but I don't know if it works the same as gel medium. What time we got here? 11 o'clock. Give it another quick dry here. But I really like the way this is working. I would just have to get a matte, a complete matte medium next time. Also, I'm going to have to do this on thicker paper. I'm going to have to break down and, even though I actually do have the paper here, I've got Bristol drawing paper. I just trying to work with within with a cheaper budget for now. But I'm going to have to break down and start using the better stuff. I might even try to do some of this. Where's that at? I want to see what happens when I use some. Let's see what happens if I try to use some white ink with this medium. I don't know what's going to happen here at all. I have no idea. Okay, kind of my expected result. Yeah, yeah. Oh, good advice there, Jaffo. Yeah, I find even I use a very strong gloss varnish on my oils and my acrylics. And when you put them into the gallery, you can't see it at all. Not at all. Okay, so this was the ink applied with some gel medium. That's cool. I'm getting some lettering effects here. Well, that's cool. play around with that. I'm really enjoying this though. This is fun. And anything that kind of like, if I lose any of my inks, I can easily go over this with my inks again. They'll be fine. Feels like. Getting into these little detailed parts is a bit of a challenge, but with less paint on there, definitely doable. But what I like, I've still maintained my look though. It doesn't look like I'm doing somebody else's drawing or I'm completely copying their feel. It still has my um, as like my aesthetic, my feel to it. And Jaffa, thanks for always stopping by, man, and chatting. You know what I haven't done? I haven't mixed a lot of. Let me get in here with some pinks. I'm gonna actually go back in here with some whites. Let's do some blues. Put some graffiti on the wall. How about that? some whites in here. Sorry, I'm not talking a lot here, guys. I just like really got kind of absorbed into the drawing today, the painting, and but just to kind of explain as I'm going, um, yeah, I just find it really until this point. Whoops, I was having like a lot of trouble of getting immediate layering feelings, like the feeling that I was layering my paints in an efficient manner, and this just seems like it's just knocked it out of the ballpark. Just because the gloss medium helps it adhere to the painting underneath. So I'm only using black, white, red, yellow, and blue. That's it for today. Just trying to uh, get as much as I can from today's. I'm just going to call this what it is. It's basically a media study. So with a straight gel medium on top, and then throw in some like yellow. So I want to have this feeling like it's an old wall or something that she's on. It's got some age to it. Oh yeah. Usually I'm really good about talking the whole time, Jaffo, but like I guess I'm just kind of absorbed in today's one because I feel like I've had some kind of um revelation here with my artwork. Like I felt like I've stumbled onto something that I was really looking I was really I was looking for, and I feel like I found something that I'm really extremely gravitated towards, and I'm kind of a bit um, in, not shocked, but just really like, damn, this is what I've been looking for a long time. I feel like I could do something. I'm gonna actually go try this with a little bit of a palette knife. I want to get some kind of feeling here. Palette knife with this glossy technique. You see, this is where I get all experimental, and then I have the ability to overwork a painting. Oh well. Maybe add in some black there. Yeah, so what I'm trying not to do is kill that initial really loose quality about it that I had. And I feel like if I overwork it, I'm going to lose some of that. So I'm trying not to, but at the same time, I just want to keep on drawing. So I don't want to ruin what I've initially had in there. With the first few moments of the picture, I felt like I had something really strong, and I just don't want to overwork it. At the same time, I just want to keep on painting it. It's not a bad problem to have. Yeah. I want to build up these lights a little bit more here underneath the leg. Just really push out this leg. I feel like it's working. Hey, what's up, Gray Soul? How's it going, man? Yeah, thanks for dropping by, dude. I'm trying out some new techniques today. Um, yeah, just really enjoy what I'm doing here. Oh, this blue and white mixed together is nice. Um, just kind of have some arbitrary lettering in the background. I something that I like to do with my paintings is incorporate aspects from my fine artworks into them, like some kind of um, abstract feel to it. Maybe this is some kind of like crazy lettering from some language that we don't know. I don't know. Just having fun. Something's good when you're just having fun with it. I think that kind of transcends. Like, oh yeah, this person was having fun with this painting. Like it's some swirly marks up in there. I want kind of like this diagonal filter. Dude, this is rocking. Sorry. I just really feel like I found something here. Yeah, Graysol. Hey, man, were you able to make it to MegaCon or any of the other? Are you going to make it to any other meetups? I really, 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 really wish I could have made it to the MegaCon. It's like I don't have many minutes moments of that FOMO, fear of missing out. But whenever I saw those pictures of MegaCon with all the people out there, I was like, damn, I'm missing out on something cool. It's another one of those moments where you felt like, oh shoot, this is something. This is the start. This is one of those moments, a defining moment. And just to see all the big turnout for Sidcast, for Gina Carano. I even saw old boy Johnny from Cobra Kai, him shoot the shit with Gina. That was great to see. Oh, call off. Oh, for Dallas. When is the Dallas one? Is that July? Oh shoot. Let's try this. I'll just break this like that. Go there with a piece of cardboard. And that's another thing I like to do. Block off things. So let's say, for example, I just has a piece of cardboard here. What's it, 3 weeks? And I'm going to take it. I'm just going to put it right over here like this. Go back with a brush. Let's say we want to block this off with some, what color works? Let's do that black and we'll just go in there with like a blue, a light blue. Put some of that gel medium in there. And we'll just pop it off like this right here. Hell, why don't we just bring it down a little bit? Apologize. Sorry about that. See, that leaves this part right here, leaves that section. And then I can go back into here and I'll bring in some, let's bring in some it's bright yellow. It's cadmium yellow. Mix it. We'll bring it back in here. We'll block this off. There we go. See, look, I'll block that off using a piece of cardboard. And then I go back in here, I can blend this. Just use some more gel medium. Well, man, I hope you can make it out to that one. It always, because it's me and you, we're always in that the Friday Night Tights video, eh? At the I always see it. We're standing right there next to each other. That was a great time. Mind you, I don't remember much of the first night, but I'm sure I had a good time. Let's use some yellow within this lettering. Again, just using 5 colors: black, red, white, blue, and yellow. It has some reflected light over here against the wall. It is getting kind of later in the day. I was planning on doing like maybe a little bit over a 2-hour stream here. So I'm going to try to knock it out here within the next few minutes. And then see, this is what I was looking for. The great thing about this kind of layering is you can go in there and fix parts that you've pretty easily that you're not feeling confident with. And I want to give this a little bit of reflected light on the back of this arm. So I'm going to go in there with this yellow and white, mix that with a little bit of gel medium. And then go back in there, just touch it up, just a hint. Got it? And this whole time, I'm trying to maintain these contours that I did at the beginning that were all done in ink. I'm using the wrong brush here, that's why. Man, we've all got our own talents. I wish I could do so many things that other people could do, but hey, man, it's never too late to learn. I mean, I'm learning on a daily basis here. Oh, it's never too late to learn. Put a little highlight on the leg here. Highlight here. I'm just going to leave these guns just like this. Play around with some things up here in the background. Do some of this black with the Now here's a technique that I learned the other day. I'm going to use this with the ink. Actually, this is working pretty well as it is. Darn it. Get some gel medium in there. So I'm just going in here and adding some little blotches. Add some more gel medium. Too much, probably. That's okay. I'll just go in there with a palette knife and kind of mess this around. Yeah, go in there with a palette knife as well. That's fun. Palette knives are great. Go in there and kind of smear things around. Let's give it another swipe with the dryer here. And I think I'm going to call it a day with this one, guys. It's about 11:30. Oh, hey, what's up, rough girl? Long time no see. Thank you. I'm trying a new technique today, uh, using acrylics, an initial acrylic water underpainting, water wash underpainting, and then using gel medium for layering. And seems to have come out pretty well for the most part. So here's what I've got. This is the that's what we got right here, and there's a gloss to it because I'm using a semi-gloss gel medium. But next time I'm going to work uh, with a just a matte medium. I really like the hands in here. Face is really nice up in here. And then just a lot of this stuff that's going on randomly here in the background. It's a little difficult to see with the sheen, but just yeah, just playing around with smudges and making it look kind of rough. Sure, of course. I'm going to end right now, so I can throw you a link. Well, yeah, I could we could go backstage, or yeah, we can talk real quick. All right. Let me figure out how we can do this. So we'll stop there for today then. Thank you all for dropping by and having a look. I appreciate all the likes, the comments, and yeah. Hopefully you all enjoyed what you saw and got something out of it and enjoyed your time here. And yeah, until next time, have a good one. Talk to you later. Oh, Roger, I'll join you on the stream that you always put up for us. Okay. Oh no. I'll start. I'll start when I'll throw you the invite. Okay. I'll see you in a bit. Later, everybody. Bye bye.